I welcome all of you to the video lecture series on computational fluid dynamics. The title of this lecture is Novelty, Scope and Purpose of the Book. So this lecture is part of the chapter 1 of Introduction on Novelty, Purpose and Scope of the Book. Let us start with the novelty in this book. If you see all the other books on computational fluid dynamics involving finite volume method, they start with the partial differential equation and they do volume integral and apply the Gauss-Divergence theorem to obtain the system of algebraic equation corresponding to the algebraic formulation which is called as finite volume method. Now, one of the questions which comes to the mind is that this partial differential equation are derived from an algebraic equations from the physical law. And in an undergraduate course, we derive this partial differential equation from an algebraic formulation of the physical law. And in finite volume method based CFD books, we find that this partial differential equation leads to the algebraic equation. So why don't we start with a continuous form of the algebraic formulation of the physical law and then using a discrete and convert it into a discrete form and directly obtain the algebraic equations. So it is like the physical law acts like a mother and these partial differential equations are like elder brother, and which we have been using since long. And with the advent of computer and computational methodology, the governing equations which appeared is not the partial differential equation, but the linear algebraic equation. So the motivation in presenting this book is to a physical law based finite volume method. So this book doesn't starts with the partial differential equation for the finite volume method. It starts with a discrete form of the physical law, and using the same approximation which have been used in earlier, we end up with the same algebraic formulations. So the novelty of the present book is a physical law based finite volume method for algebraic formulation. And this another novelty is in the solution methodology. Almost all the books in CFD presents the solution methodology, where when you go for computer programming, you program the coefficient of linear algebraic equation and have a solution methodology, which is a single step solution methodology. Along with this single step solution methodology, in the present book, another methodology is presented, which involves physical quantity like conduction flux in case of conduction rate transfer, based two-step solution methodology, which is introduced in this book and more will be presented in the later chapter of this book. So this book presents a physical law-based finite volume method and a physical quantity-based solution methodology. And the present approach for CFD development is much more physical as compared to that in the other books on CFD. This book is mainly on CFD development than on CFD application analysis. This is motivated by the fact that it is more challenging and motivating and satisfying to develop a product rather than to apply and use a product. It's more interesting to be a creator than a part of the creation. The CFD development is presented in this book for incompressible flow, which is mostly encountered by mechanical and chemical engineers. However, this can be extended for compressible flow for aerospace engineers. The present book considers Newtonian fluid, which is encountered mostly by mechanical and aerospace engineers, but this can be extended for non-Newtonian flows encountered by the chemical engineers. Since this book is on a first course on computational fluid dynamics, this presents the CFD development for Navier-Stokes solver in a Cartesian geometry for both explicit implicit method, uniform and non-uniform grade, and staggered as well as collocated grid. These books also present Navier-Stokes solver for complex geometry using semi-explicit method, non-uniform, curvilinear, structured, and collocated grid. The book is mostly on finite volume method, since most of the present day CFD software are based on finite volume method. However, it presents a finite difference method, which is used to disguise the boundary conditions in most of the present finite volume method based CFD software. This book presents CFD applications, although it's mostly on CFD development. However, it presents the CFD application analysis, mostly for 2D problems and for unsteady heat and fluid flow problems. So this is the companion textbook. It's basically into three parts. The first part is like building the foundation for this course, which talks about the introduction of CFD and essentials of fluid mechanics, heat transfer, and numerical methods. So even if you have not done course on fluid dynamics, heat transfer, and numerical method, the very essential concepts of those which are needed for learning CFD is presented here. The second part is like CFD code development, which can lead to a CFD software development for Cartesian geometry. The third part is talks on the details for CFD software development for a complex geometry on a curvilinear grid. So the first part on introduction essentials, there are two chapters on introduction. The first chapter on what is CFD and why to study CFD. And the second chapter talks about how CFD development work, how CFD application work, and how CFD analysis work. So the first two chapters on introduction, the next two chapters are on essentials. Essentials for CFD. Essentials of fluid dynamics and heat transfer for CFD is the chapter 3. And the chapter 4 is on essentials of numerical methods for CFD. So here we talk about the physical laws, the conservation laws and the subsidiary laws. And there are two, like in thermodynamics, you remember that there are two types of properties, extensive and intensive. So if you want to learn CFD, the novelty which is presented in this book is that there are two types of terms which are encountered if you apply the conservation laws. While applying the conservation laws, they are the flux term and the volumetric term. You need to realize, and once you understand that, then the formulations, the algebraic formulation, the physical law-based finite volume method becomes straightforward. The essentials of the numerical methods are presented for finite difference method, solution of linear algebraic equation, numerical differentiation, and numerical integration. The second part of the book, which can lead to CFD software development for Cartesian geometry, involves any product development involves modular development. Any product is developed component by component development as well as testing. So the modular approach is also followed here. So the first component which is considered here is a conduction component. So you can develop the first component on conduction from this chapter 5 on unsteady computational heat conduction. Then there is a second component on component development methodology which is discussed in unsteady computational heat advection. The combination of these two leads to a component which is called as computational heat conduction. So the first three topics on this part 2 involves computational heat transfer. So in fluid mechanics heat transfer, basically it's a transport phenomena which involves the diffusion and the advection transport mechanism. So the conduction corresponds to a diffusion transport and the advection, heat advection is presented for an advection transport. So these are generalized for fluid mechanics problem, while so this formulation for diffusion advection is extended to momentum transport, and then it is used for computational fluid dynamics. So the next three chapters are on computational fluid dynamics as well as heat transfer. Chapter 8 on finite volume method, the physical law-based finite volume method for CFD. Chapter 9 on CFD on a staggered grid. Chapter 10 on CFD on a collocated grid. Note that the algebraic formulation corresponding to finite volume method as well as solution methodology are presented together in this chapter 5, 6, and 7. Whereas when you go to computational fluid dynamics and heat transfer, the algebraic formulation corresponding to finite volume method is presented in a separate chapter, and then the numerical methodology, the solution methodology on a staggered grid and collocated grid are presented in the last two chapters. This corresponds to the solution methodology, this corresponds to the algebraic formulations for computational fluid dynamics. This is the part 3 of the book, which can lead to CFD software development for complex geometry on a curvilinear grid. This chapter starts with a curvilinear grid generation in the chapter 11 on computational heat conduction on a complex geometry. And then the last chapter of this book is computational fluid dynamics on a curvilinear grid. The purpose of this book is that this book is on CFD development, application, and analysis. So with this three-pronged approach, the purpose of this book is that a reader will learn to appreciate the theory as well as utilize it for the development of a new CFD software. So you can develop your own CFD software If you are already using an existing CFD software, then after learning this book, you can use it more intelligently, more realistically for a CFD application analysis. Thus, you can be firmly set on the path of becoming a CFD expert. The details of this can be found in chapter 2 of this book. Thank you for your attention.